Today, we have a fascinating and eye-opening video for you. We're going to explore 10 commonly believed facts that, as it turns out, are actually totally wrong. So prepare to have your mind blown as we debunk some long-held misconceptions. So let's dive into it. Fact number 1. The Great Wall of China is visible from space. The belief that the Great Wall of China is visible from space is a long-standing misconception that has been perpetuated for many years. According to this myth, the Great Wall is so large and prominent that it can be seen by the naked eye from the vantage point of low Earth orbit, or even from the surface of the moon. Many people believe that the Great Wall of China is the only human-made structure visible from space. The myth likely originated from early space missions, where astronauts reported seeing various human-made structures from space, such as city lights or the pyramids. However, these observations were made with the aid of specialized equipment and not with the naked eye. But the truth is, it's not visible to the naked eye from low Earth orbit. Astronauts say it's extremely difficult to spot without aid. It's an impressive structure, but it's not quite as visible as we thought. Fact number 2. We've all heard the saying, lightning never strikes the same place twice. Well, that's a myth. Lightning can and does strike the same location multiple times, especially tall structures like skyscrapers and antennas. Mother Nature can be unpredictable. Lightning, with its brilliant display of electrical power, has fascinated and frightened humans for centuries. Many myths and misconceptions surround this natural phenomenon, and one of the most common misconceptions is that lightning won't strike the same place twice. However, let's set the record straight and delve deeper into the reality of lightning strikes. In summary, while the saying, lightning never strikes the same place twice, might be a popular belief, it is not accurate from a scientific standpoint. Lightning can and does strike the same place multiple times, especially if that place is an attractive target due to its height, conductivity, or other features that make it a favorable path for the electrical discharge. Fact number 3. You often see in movies or cartoons that bulls hate the color red. But in reality, bulls are colorblind to red. They're actually provoked by the movement of the cloth, not the color. So the matador's cape would be just as effective in any other color. Bulls are indeed colorblind to red, as well as several other colors. They primarily have dichromatic vision, which means they can only perceive two primary colors. These colors are thought to be in the blue and green range. The exact colors that bulls can see are still a matter of debate among experts, but they cannot see the full spectrum of colors that humans can. So why do bulls react aggressively to the matador's cape in the bullfighting ring, if it's not because of the color red? The bull's reaction is triggered by the movement of the cape, not the color. When the matador waves the cape and makes quick, jerky movements, it stimulates the bull's natural instinct to charge at moving objects. Fact number 4. The myth that you lose most of your body heat through your head has been debunked. It pertains to the common myth that you lose most of your body heat through your head. This misconception has been widely circulated for years, but it has been debunked by scientific research. In reality, heat loss from the body occurs proportionately to the surface area exposed to the cold environment. The reason the myth of heat loss through the head became prevalent is that early military experiments in the 1950s were misinterpreted. During these experiments, subjects were exposed to cold conditions while wearing hats, but not wearing other cold weather gear, which led to the belief that most body heat is lost through the head. However, subsequent research has shown that this is not the case. If you were to stand outside in cold weather without a hat, but with the rest of your body fully covered, you would lose heat from the uncovered parts of your body just as much as you would from your head. Fact number 5. We've all heard that Napoleon Bonaparte was a short man, but in reality, he was above average height for his time, around 5 feet 6 inches, 1.68 meters. The common belief that Napoleon Bonaparte was short is indeed a popular misconception. Contrary to the belief perpetuated by the British propaganda, Napoleon Bonaparte was not short. He stood approximately 5 feet 6 inches tall, which was slightly above average height for men in his time. In the late 18th and early 19th centuries, when Napoleon lived, average heights were generally lower than they are today, making his height quite respectable for the era. The misconception about his height likely arose from the portrayal of Napoleon by his enemies, particularly the British, who sought to undermine his image and reputation. By depicting him as short, they aimed to diminish his stature both literally and figuratively. Fact number 6. The belief that bats are blind is far from accurate. In reality, most bats possess excellent eyesight, and some species have evolved to see in the ultraviolet spectrum, which is beyond the capability of human vision. Bats have adapted to a wide range of ecological niches and feeding habits, and their visual capabilities reflect these adaptations. Many fruit-eating bats, for example, rely on their keen eyesight to locate and identify ripe fruits in the dark. Some species of bats are also known to be active during the day, further demonstrating their reliance on vision for certain aspects of their behavior. Fact number 7. Those iconic horned helmets you often see in Viking depictions are historically inaccurate. There is no evidence to suggest that Vikings wore horned helmets during battle. These embellished helmets were mostly a creation of 19th century opera costumes. The misconception of horned helmets being a part of Viking attire can be traced back to the 19th century. During this period, when interest in Norse mythology and history was on the rise, artists and costume designers began incorporating dramatic and embellished elements into their depictions of Vikings. This artistic license led to the portrayal of Vikings wearing horned helmets, which captured the imagination of the public and became a popular and enduring image of Vikings. In reality, Viking helmets were much more practical in design. They were typically made of metal, often iron, and had a simple yet effective construction to protect the head in combat. Fact number 8. The belief that the full moon exerts a significant influence on human behavior has been deeply ingrained in cultural myths and traditions for centuries. Many people associate the full moon with heightened emotions, increased aggression, and even episodes of madness or lunacy. However, scientific research has consistently debunked this popular myth, revealing that the full moon's impact on human behavior is non-existent. Over the years, numerous studies have been conducted to explore the alleged connection between the full moon and human behavior. Researchers have examined various aspects, including crime rates, hospital admissions, psychiatric emergencies, and even animal behavior, to find any correlations with lunar phases. However, time and again, the results have failed to provide substantial evidence supporting the idea that the full moon has any significant influence on human actions or emotions. Fact number 9. Many think the Eiffel Tower was initially built as a radio tower, but it was actually constructed as the entrance arch for the 1889 World's Fair in Paris. Its role evolved over time into a radio and telecommunication tower. One of the most iconic structures in the world has a fascinating history that goes beyond its role as a famous landmark. Contrary to popular belief, the Eiffel Tower was not originally built as a radio tower or for any telecommunication purposes. The tower was designed and constructed by engineer Gustave Eiffel for the 1889 Exposition Universelle, World's Fair, held in Paris, France. The Exposition Universelle was a significant event to celebrate the 100th anniversary of the French Revolution and showcase France's technological achievements. Gustave Eiffel won the contract to build the centerpiece of the exposition, and he aimed to create a temporary metal structure that would impress visitors with its sheer size and engineering marvel. The tower's construction began in January 1887 and was completed on March 31, 1889. Fact number 10. The idea that shaving causes hair to grow back thicker and darker is an old wives' tale. Shaving only affects the hair shaft, not the follicle, so it doesn't alter the hair's thickness or color. The notion that shaving causes hair to grow back thicker and darker is a widespread misconception that has been passed down through generations. This belief has led to the reluctance of some individuals to shave certain body parts, especially for women concerned about facial hair or men dealing with body hair. However, this belief is entirely false, and scientific research has repeatedly debunked the myth. In reality, shaving is simply a method of hair removal that cuts the hair at the surface level. It has no impact on the hair follicle, which is responsible for hair growth and determines the thickness and color of the hair. And there you have it, folks. 10 widely believed facts that have been officially debunked. It's always fascinating to discover the truth behind these popular myths. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and share it with your friends. Let us know in the comments if you want more myth-busting content. Thanks for watching, and until next time, stay curious.